Hello, sixth graders. Welcome to our week 5 technology class. And before we get started, I do just want to go over the sixth grade website because I noticed that there are some of you who I haven't really received maybe anything from so far. So I'm a little bit concerned. And so I want to just make sure that you understand what you're supposed to be doing. And we do now have the GradeLink website, which you should be able to log into and see every assignment on there that is due for the week. And you can even see your grade. So please, I would hate for anybody to fail the class. It's just not necessary. If you're keeping up with the work every week, you should be able to do very well in here. Okay, so I'm just going to go over the technology part of what your assignments are so far. So in our first week, you were supposed to join the sixth grade Google Classroom. So the steps are here. You click here on the website, sign in, click I'm a student, join a class, put in the class code, and that's it. You're done. As long as you put your first name and last name, I know you're in the class, you get 100. For week 2, we created a study schedule to meet your goals. So you had to go into our sixth grade Google class, and they had an Excel. We were using Google Sheets, which was just like Excel, and you were following along with the lesson video that shows you how to create a study schedule. And there were some requirements that you had to include in the study schedule. And then you were supposed to share your Google Sheets with my email, eastpca@gmail.com. So if you haven't done that, please do it. In week 3, we started second step lesson 1. And there was this sheet here with some questions where you were supposed to type up the answers and email it to me. And then we also started our typing lessons in our typing.com account, which the link is right here. And you were supposed to do the typing assessment for week 3, okay? Then last week in week 4, we learned about evaluating the credibility of sources. And we followed through a whole video where you were supposed to choose an article and then copy and paste it into a Google Doc and even include the link. And then you were supposed to create a table that answers these 5 questions and then type the answers to the questions and share your Google Doc with me with eastpca@gmail.com. And then for your typing assignment, you were supposed to complete the skill builder assignment in your typing account. So that was last week. Now this week, we are going to be doing second step lesson 2. And you're going to be in your typing account doing the beginner review assignment. So every week you have a typing assignment, and then you have another assignment, which could either be a second step, it could be something in the Google Classroom. So if you are falling behind, I would advise you to catch up as soon as possible because we only have a few more weeks left in the first quarter, and I really do not want anybody to fail. So please catch up, and you can come and check the website for whatever you're missing. Okay, so let's move right into our second step lesson 2. And our topic that we're learning about is friends and allies. And so we'll be talking about what does it mean to have a good friend, to be a good friend. And so it says, did you know students who feel supported at school, they have a more positive attitude towards school, they have better relationships with their teachers, they're more engaged in class, and they have greater success in school. And so I hope that you feel supported here because I know I care about you and I'm here for you. If you want to email me or talk anytime, I'm definitely here for you. And I know that all of your other teachers are here for you as well. So the first question that I have on here is a good friend is important to me because. So let's have you guys share, why is it important for you to have at least one good friend? And they could be at the school, they could be a friend through church, just somebody that you know you can trust. Why is that important? And so you guys are going to spend some time writing a few sentences about that. Okay, so let me put on this video, and then we're going to be following along.
Hey, Julia. I don't know if you know what I mean, but I started school last week, and I don't really want to hang out with the people I did last year. I don't mean like not see them at all. I just want to make new friends. I don't know. It's just all the groups from other elementary schools are so closed, kind of like they don't even want to try being friends with other people. It's not like I haven't tried talking to people in other groups. I said hi to this one girl, and she looked at me and was like, hi, and then kept talking to her other friends. She hasn't even met me, and then just by looking at me, she knows everything about me. I really want to break out of the normal thing, but it's so hard being the only one who does. Love ya, Stella.
Okay.
Hey Sam, I just moved into my new house and today was my first day of school. This city is so new to me and different. The school is kind of scary because I don't know anybody, and the math here is hard. It's hard to find people that like the same stuff as me. It's not like how we were instant friends because of how we both loved baseball and were on the same team. Even if there is somebody in the school who loves baseball, baseball doesn't start till spring. In the meantime, I can't just go around wearing a shirt that says, I love baseball. At least my teachers are nice. Do you have any advice for trying to introduce yourself to other people to try and make new friends? I miss you a lot. I hope I can visit you sometime. Any advice will help. Your friend, Leo.
Okay, so these are two kids, Stella and Leo, and we just read their notes that they were writing to their friends asking for advice. So what you're going to do as part of your assignment is you're going to choose one of the students. Let me just make this a little bit bigger so you guys can see. Hang on. You're going to choose one of the students, and then you're going to write their name. So the name of the student that I chose, either Stella or Leo, and you're going to pretend to be the friend that they just wrote to and give them 3 pieces of advice that would be helpful for their challenge. So for Leo, we know that he likes sports, really likes baseball. He's just moved to the school, so he doesn't know anybody. So what would be 3 pieces of advice that you could offer to him? And then Stella, she's a little bit nervous because she feels like the kids, they don't really want to get to know her. She gets a little bit nervous. And so again, what are 3 pieces of advice that you could give to her? So you're going to choose one of them, and then you'll type 3 pieces of advice that you could offer to them, okay, as a friend. All right, let me move to the next part.
And everyone knows it's different.
Well, I was kind of nervous about going to middle school because I didn't know if I'd have friends in my class or where our classes would be and where my friends were. It was a new school and there was new people, so I wanted to kind of not stick with the same group of friends but add new ones. And so I made a couple new friends by just saying, hi, my name's Hannah, or something like that. And I also tried to find similarities that I had with that person. So, like, if I noticed they like to draw cartoons, I'd say, can you teach me how to draw that? I like to draw too.
The way I make friends is, like, just sit back, not, like, force anybody to be my friend. So, like, until somebody talks to me or I talk to somebody else, we'll just conversate every day. Not, like, mostly every day, but, like, sometimes when I see him in the halls. And, we'll just conversate in the halls and then head back to class. And if he has the same class as me, we'll just work together.
So I'm trying to get my close-knit group of friends together this year, and so I'm gonna join some sports teams and clubs at school and different things that I haven't tried yet to meet new people and see if we click.
Well, some other ways, like I've made friends, are like talking to kids that's next to you in class. Like when you're like in class, like there's a kid on your left side and your right side, and somebody in the front. Like you say hi, like what's your name, how you doing, like why you chose this class, like are you interested in it, right? Like start conversations with them.
When I started middle school, I made new friends by, just if there was a group of kids at the lunch table and they're all talking and they're laughing and they look like they might have the same interests as me, like maybe they had a folder with, my favorite soccer player on it. Well, I'd go up to them and be like, oh, hey, I like soccer too. I like that player. I like that team. And I just, get into a conversation, and then I learned to make friends with the same interests as me.
Okay, so they're sharing some advice about how to make friends and how to get to know people, right? Like starting a conversation. And this is such a great skill. And I know that we're in a smaller school. And so, yes, we do have a lot of new students this year, and even in your class, right? But it's a lot easier to get to know kids when your class is so small. But imagine now when you're going into high school in a few years, or if you were at a larger public middle school where now there's thousands of kids. It can feel very intimidating trying to get to know kids when there are so many of them, right? And when you're looking around and all you see are faces that you don't recognize, that can feel very scary, right? And so it's good to practice now while you're in such a small environment of just starting a conversation, noticing what somebody likes, right? And then being like, oh, why do you like that? Oh, I like that too, right? Um, and just asking questions and getting to know people. That's a great way. So I love how all of these kids really shared some great advice for just simple ways to make friends. So let's talk about what an ally is. And so this is also on your sheet. So you will have to type this in. An ally is. An ally is someone who consciously decides to support another person because it's the right thing to do. So they may not always be a friend. Like, for example, maybe there's a new kid who comes in and you don't even know anything about them, but you see that maybe they're nervous or they're struggling or they don't know what to do. And you come in and you help them. You offer them help. You become an ally to them. You become somebody who supports them and helps to make their day better. And this is really an amazing thing that we can do for people, is be an ally to them. Especially as Christians, right? Being the light, it means that we take time to actually care about other people. And if we see that somebody is struggling or they're new, maybe they look uncomfortable, that we try to make them feel comfortable. We try to help them and support them. And I really hope and pray that this is you guys, that you are allies to the people around you, right? And then, yes, maybe they will become your friends. Okay, let's put on the next little video here.
I was walking in the hallway and I seen a girl crying, and I asked her what was wrong, and she told me that girls were like talking about her for no reason and making her look bad in front of somebody that she liked. And we never really talked before this, and then we became friends, and I gave her advice, and I told her that she should ignore them and they weren't worth her time, and just act like they're not there. And it made her feel better a little bit.
It was in 6th grade when this new kid came to our school from Hawaii, and he didn't know like his way around like I did in 5th grade, and so I just helped him around, like showed him, what the older kid did for me, showed him where the library is and the main office is, and showed them which classes gave the most homework.
I was an ally to someone once when we were in language arts and we had a writing assignment, and I can't remember what the assignment was, but I was sitting in a desk next to someone, like kind of next to someone who was having a lot of trouble, and she didn't know where to start. Like, she had planned her whole thing, but she didn't know where to start, like where to begin writing, and like she didn't know how to spell some words and stuff, and I had already finished mine, so I just kind of walked up and say, hey, I finished mine, dude. Do you need some help, And I just kind of like just started saying, well, I started by doing this, and will you spell that like this, and different things. And I kind of use mine as an example, like, oh yeah, that is hard, well, I just put it like that, and different things. Or you could use this word instead to make it more interesting, and kind of in that way I helped her.
One kid, that I know, he got really sad because some kids were kind of picking on him, and then later they were making fun of him because he like kind of cried, and I just said, how would you feel if you were being picked on like that? I think you would feel really sad too. So I don't think you should be making fun of him because you would probably react the same way.
So these are some great examples of kids who decided to stand up and be allies. And if you guys were here last year, you know, we learned about being upstanders, and I feel like this is really similar, especially with bullying, right? When you're an upstander, you're somebody who actually does something. You don't just look at somebody having a problem, right? Or join in laughing or whatever. You actually take action and you do something about it. And I think that's what an ally is. They do something about it. And this is not just in person, this is online too. If you're playing an online game or you're in a group chat, just anything, it could be on social media, and you see, you know, other kids putting a kid down or totally trash talking somebody, you know, you can really be an ally and stand up and say something and do something. And that's really important, especially I think probably more so in the online world because you guys are so much online these days. So this is something for you to start thinking about now. Okay, so we're going to be writing down some ways that we could be an ally to somebody in the situations that they showed. So you can choose one of the situations that they discussed in the video. So if you need to go back, you can go back. So the situation you chose, so write it down, and then write 3 ways that you could be an ally to the person. So you might need to go back and watch what we just watched here again, if you need to, and then choose one of them and just type up 3 ways. And then define what is an ally. And then I would like you to share a time when you were an ally to someone. So it could be maybe something that happened last year, this year, at school, online. Tell us a little short story about a time when you were an ally. Okay, so that's your assignment here. And the last part says friends and allies, making friends, showing empathy, being an ally. These are the main things that we were just talking about in this lesson. And I hope that it really starts speaking to your heart. And now that you're in middle school, you're really taking this seriously, that the way that you treat people, whether in person, online, text, whatever it is, it really does matter. It really does matter. It's a reflection on your character and who you are as a person. And as the Bible says, you know, we're supposed to treat others the way that we want to be treated. And so you should really stop and think about that now. How am I really treating people? Is it really the way that I would like to be treated? Right? And it doesn't matter where it is, whether you're an avatar in a game and you think nobody knows who you are, you still need to stop and think how you're treating people. Okay? All right, guys, so that is your assignment for this week. Please type this up, send it to me, and then complete the beginner review assignment in your typing. And please catch up with anything that you might be missing because the end of the quarter will be quickly approaching and I don't want anybody to fail. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. Bye.